I just need the audio. I don't care about the video. I just need the audio so I can transcribe it later. I don't give a shit about the video. So you guys ready to do the damn thing, as they say?
We can.
I don't know who's saying it. I don't know why they're saying it, but they're saying it.
Doing it.
That's the old line. So I know when we were talking at the Lizards Lounge show, you were telling me about this photo shoot when you guys did your photo shoot and you went out to some bridge and it was like that's. Well, tell me that story. I want to get that story now.
Well, no, we didn't go to the bridge. That was actually
superimposed behind the.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. We wish we could have went to the bridge, but that is the actual bridge of that location that incident happened. But
that photo was taken right outside of us.
Yeah. Actually, the photo of us is actually right out here by the tree with all the other photos. And that was pretty much cropped in. But,
okay.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks because now I feel like a poser, but.
Well, that's fine. I don't put that in. So, I know you guys probably get tired of telling this story, but you've told me this a little bit, that the murder ordained thing, it was something about, what, a preacher and her...
Well, yeah, it was pretty much about a lady from here, which actually got me turned on to the whole story because she's from here.
Or she was paroled to here.
No, she's actually from here.
Yeah,
That's cool.
She lived here and then moved.
And then moved to Emporia.
Moved to Emporia, but they were church going, and so they joined this church, which was Pastor Bird was actually preaching or was a pastor or whatever, and throughout a certain period of time, she became his secretary, assistant.
Yeah.
And initially had an affair with him. Well, from what I know, what I hear for legal purposes, he had this...
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So they say. Not me, but they. But,
I will, of course, trim this down.
I don't care, man. You can play it raw, dude. I love it when it's raw.
Laughs, in parentheses, laugh.
I love it when it's, raw. If you want to know more, go to the website. Anyways.
Basically, they got together and they wanted to kill each other's spouse.
No. It was a sign from God.
On a mission from God.
They were on a mission from God.
Brothers.
Because he thought that if he was to get rid of his wife and her husband, the insurance money would benefit his ministry to serve God more.
Wow.
And those two could be together.
Yeah. So that's what they did. He ended up throwing his wife off that bridge. And she...
That's how the bridge comes into
and then
he shot
her husband on I-35 on the side of I-35 highway.
Yeah, so I-35.
Turnpike, I think.
Bueller Road?
I guess Bueller Haven Road.
Yoder. Bueller Haven Road.
Yeah, Yoder Road, man. Corner. I almost hit it too the other day.
Anyways. Yeah, and so that's what happened. And of course, they got caught. How we came about with the whole idea was one day, we're trying to figure out when we first came up with the band. We're trying to figure out a name. Came up with some.
At that time, she was being paroled to here, and there was articles about it in the paper, and I cut them out and brought them and showed you or something. And when we were trying to think of a name, and I was fooling around saying, let's call it, I was probably fooling around saying, let's call it whatever, as a joke. But then Danny goes, let's call it Murder Ordained. And then that was our name.
The reason why we called
it was like boom,
is
Murder Ordained.
Back in 85, 88, I think maybe 88, they made a movie, like a 3-part mini-series.
It was in 77.
John Goodman.
You sure it was in 77?
Yeah, it was in 77.
When they made that movie?
When they made the mini-series, yeah.
No shit.
And that inspired that mini-series, Murder Ordained, the killings inspired that. And so that's where the Murder Ordained is
They called that show Murder Ordained.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how, you know, we came up with that. And then when I heard she was relocating back to Hutch, I thought, oh fuck, man, we gotta say something about this, man. This is pretty cool, you know.
That's cool.
So that's how we came about. But now, you know, seeing all this other shit like Jim Jones and even Manson, dude, he thought he was Christ, you know. I mean, these people, that was truly murder ordained. And I mean, they killed because they thought he was ordained. Jim Jones especially. How much power do you have to get that many people?
See, that's the thing I've always thought was crazy.
That's just insane, dude. And why not
just go behind you and
Yeah.
boom.
And on top of that,
Yeah.
to be in a religious aspect, you know, I mean, it wasn't like Hitler. I mean, this guy was just some Joe that just, you know, decided, well, one day I'm gonna fucking control 1,000 people making drink Kool-Aid.
So why were you guys playing and then took a break and then came back? Is there a story behind that, or you just got
Back in '88,
We don't talk
no.
about that. Don't talk about that.
Man, it just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
What was the question again? Sorry.
You guys were a band and then you took a break and then you came back.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if there was a story behind that or if it was just...
We all kind of went a little bit different ways too. We played with some other bands. And
I don't know.
I think it was
It was a mistake. But we ended up in different...
It was a mistake.
But we all ended up in different bands and everything after that. And
still kept
I think we
playing.
were just all just kind of dealing with shit in our lives and
That's cool.
and drugs. No,
Alcohol.
allegedly, that's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
That's what I heard.
Through the
That's what
grapevine.
happens.
But no, I just I don't know. It just and I think actually it was a good thing because we came back, you know, more mature, different influences, and then of course he stumbled along.
Straight along. Give that fucking guy a guitar.
And don't ever feed a guitar player. He won't ever leave. No.
Don't ever feed the guitar player.
He just signed on stage.
Please don't feed the guitar player. But
The management.
you know, I mean that was
Makes them dependent. They won't go
Sign
away.
that was
They
07.
need to learn to fend for
08.
themselves.
We were together in
07,
08.
08,
07, 08.
yeah.
You know, and back then we just played shows around here. Really didn't.
Maybe to the beginning of 09, I can't remember.
I don't know.
It's all
It seemed
in
like a long
names.
time ago
It's
though.
all haze.
But it just reappeared. You know, I think it was good timing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been jonesing for something heavy like this, and these half of these songs is stuff that we did back in 07, but nobody really listened or heard them like now. I mean, it's a little different scene now, and
Having a 4-piece too now sounds.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot heavier than what he's doing with as a 3-piece.
Do you guys kind of feel like you're like out here all by yourselves?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
not a lot of
Yeah.
heavy bands.
But we like it like that.
Aaron's used to that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why be like somebody else?
That too.
You know, how many bands you hear that are the same shit? Tons of them, man. You know exactly what they're trying to do. You don't know where we're coming from, man. Most of the time, people leave our show with their mouth open and their eyes like, "What the fuck?"
Shit.
You know, and
We part a fucking crowd like the Red Sea.
yeah, dude.
There
You know, we also do weddings and bar mitzvahs too.
you go.
Phoenix
So-
risen from the ashes.
You should
Like
hear our
returned with
cover
vengeance.
It's fucking amazing.
So last summer when you guys played the fairgrounds, what going into that did you think was going to happen, and then what coming away from that? Was it completely different?
You
What
know,
you thought?
to be quite honest, one day, me and Aaron were always doing shit, texting and whatnot, and he texted me Murder Ordained, because we still listen to it, we still, kind of treasure it a little bit,
Yeah.
that we did that, and I was like, really? And he's like, really? I was like, okay. He's like, all right. Next thing you know, me and him's over here playing the drums. This was what, July last year, June, July of last year.
Yeah.
So, you know, we haven't been back together for very long. But we went through a couple of them, and we were actually kind of shocked that we remember, you know what? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
You made me.
I didn't make it.
You're looking at me like that.
Iron Maiden once you did.
What did you think as far as reaction?
Oh, we knew the reaction. We knew what was going to happen, what people were in store for.
People were drunk.
Especially around here.
People were drunk.
They were drunk.
I was sober.
I wasn't. But from that show, I mean, that whole show came about as you know, I wanted to do a show with us coming back. You know, breaking out and coming back and doing a show and making a statement and saying, you know what, this is metal. You know, what we're doing is metal. You cannot top that metal. That's the most extreme.
That, and it turned out to be a cool little party.
Yeah, the party was awesome, man. I mean, you know, I couldn't ask for a better time, and yeah, everyone that was there, and even all the bands. I mean, it was, except for that one guy that pissed off the stage, man. That was kind of irritating.
Piss off the stage?
Because
Yeah,
that Matt
There
dude,
was
the
some
drummer for the
crazy
band,
fog.
Really?
turned around
the
and
show, and he climbed up off the back of the fucking stage and pissed into the fucking palm.
I wasn't there. I don't think. Oh yeah, I was there for that.
You're there.
I wasn't.
Hell, I didn't
I heard
notice.
about it.
I didn't notice that. I must have been off to the side somewhere.
Taking a piss.
Well, he's a little
Or I was off.
You guys are like,
But
Acts like smoking
and
marijuana
actually,
cigarette.
the way that we are as a band, we don't really expect or know what we're headed toward. We're just doing this because we want to do this, and whatever happens, we're cool with it. You know, whatever. You know, even if we play a show and there's 7 people left, and you know, we're cool with that. I look at it. Hey,
play
this,
shows for us, not for anybody else.
yeah, dude, that's pretty much what it. Because we want to play. We want to jam, and
So that's pretty much why you guys play, is you're just playing the...
well, pretty much, man. I mean,
You're
yeah,
not
of
playing
course,
for
I want
yourselves,
to talk a
everybody
little
else.
bit of shit and say, you know, hey, you know, wake up.
It's weird, but we haven't got like any of the contacts I had and everything with people outside of the, you know, all over the U.S. or whatever. Any of them, you know, we haven't introduced this to any of them yet. And I would like to, because I know it'd get a good response, and we could get, you know, people to do stuff.
Yeah,
for
it's
us.
not-
we get the real top.
Like Anthony, if we could get
Not
a hold
here.
of him,
Not here.
you know, or send one.
You know,
yeah,
if
to
we're in
him,
Phoenix,
or send after we record and shit, send that shit to
anywhere
Ozma.
but here.
But they'd want us to
New
be doing
Zealand.
tours and stuff.
Let's do it.
Is that what you guys are setting up for, is to...
Well, we're gonna, after this show that we're doing tomorrow, we're gonna record and record and record, and that's all we're gonna do until we're fucking done with this CD.
Yeah.
And which will probably be about summer. By the time we get done with the CD, it'll probably be the Battle of the Bands, and I know that we're gonna play that. Probably won't play unless it's a really important show until then that we think might that we want to do. You know,
Yeah.
It have to be something really fucking cool. Probably come back and do a show in June, and then launch the CD and see what happens.
That's
You know,
cool.
Just kind of roll the dice and just let it happen however it's going to happen, you know. I mean, every time you try to force something, it always backfires on
Uh-huh.
you. And you know what? I did that so many fucking times, and now I'm ready to just you know, just let it go. I'm just going to jam because I want to jam. You
So you
know?
guys don't have any expectations or anything?
No.
You want to do it?
No, not from anybody. Not from anybody. We're going to do it because we're doing it. And if you don't like it, then that's cool. If you like it, that's cool too. You know? So, you know, it just sucks because throughout my musical period, you know, I
Period.
okay.
Blood.
That was last month. But, you know, my journey, people let you down, dude, all the fucking time. When you expect anything from anybody, they'll let you down. It's human nature. Nobody gives a shit, when it comes down to it.
Yeah, when it
So
comes down to it, nobody does give a
and to be
shit.
quite honest, I don't want to do it
Rubber
for
meets
that.
the road.
Yeah.
I want to do
No
this.
one gives a shit about the shit you do as much as you do.
And even then, it's kind of half there.
So,
what do you do? I don't give a shit.
So are you focused on? Are you guys all focused on Murder Ordained, or do you have like 60 other bands you want to play in, and that's all you're?
They're in the space between, but that's it.
Space between is definitely.
It's both the same.
Which is
There
killer.
is no one over the other to me. They're both
That's cool.
my unborn babies or child. Or what? They're like waiting to fucking both expand and
Chest bursters like aliens.
chest burster, sleepy bottom.
Little baby arms.
Dusty fruit.
Dusty fruit.
Holding a half-chewed Hershey bar.
Gummo, where he's having the strawberry milk and the candy bar and the
So
bubble
where's?
bath.
I guess where's the? I guess give me like 2 or 3 things you guys need to work on, or that you think you need to work on.
Writing. We're gonna write. We need to get on that. After this CD, that's what we're gonna do. Cause I would love to do a whole different set
That,
of new music.
that, and keeping the practices up so we're, as good as we can be. Or whatever.
Playing this type of music, man, it's like,
You gotta
Oh,
keep
yeah.
doing it.
yeah, it's just like exercise every.
If you miss a
gotta-
couple practices or miss a couple weeks and then come back to it, it's hell.
Yeah, we do 3 times a week.
Oh
well,
wow.
most of us.
This week we're gonna have 4 times a week because of the show tomorrow, so that's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like tonight, you guys heard, and to be quite honest, it was pretty tight. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't for my greasy hair and my hands and shit, but it's pretty bad, dude.
Limpiador de Mano.
But yeah, man. I mean, once we get that going, and then see what happens after that, because that's my goal right now.
That's cool.
And shows are cool, but we're gonna be pretty picky about them. We're not gonna just play anything, anywhere, at any time,
Yeah.
all the time, like some bands.
There's a lot of bands that they'll just play every damn thing they get their hands on.
Yeah, and you know what? That just blows. It's just it burns you out.
Where are bands playing right now, anyways, here in
A
town? It's
wooden
like,
nickel.
oh my
Wooden
god.
nickel, yeah.
I remember when I was in the
Polished
terminals. When I was in the terminals, I took a CD to there and wanted to do something there, and they never responded to me. So I've always been like, fuck them.
That's pretty much what it is wooden nickel or.
Well, I don't know if I even want to. I mean, I don't want to play
Right.
it, man. I mean,
I know.
it's like the Jack, but worse. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the R bar and the Jack in some back alley somewhere. I liked it better when it was a Latino club.
Latino glove.
Wonder why.
Hey, I was hating those damn Mexicans. They don't like me, man.
I think
Half-breed.
I think as a band,
not pure blood.
honestly, when we record this fucking CD, the new shit we're gonna write is gonna be just people's gonna be fucking blown away.
That's cool.
It's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be bad.
So that's kind of the goal is to
We all want to
make shit that people are just gonna
write
be
some
like,
new
oh my
shit.
god.
We gotta get this disc done.
Yeah, whether it scares the shit out of them or they get off on it or whatever, it's like, yeah.
There's no in between. Either love us or hate us. I like that.
Yeah.
We're going to get a response one way or the other.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's the
Yeah, and to be quite honest, musicians that watch us play, they really appreciate what we do because
Yeah.
there's a lot of effort in what we do and a lot of heart, and
We're a lot different from other bands.
yeah,
It's different if you're playing the CD for them or if you're playing live. When they see it right in front of them,
Yeah.
it's like he said, they, even if they're not into that, a lot of people, when they saw it right in front of them, they really got off on it, you know, even if it wasn't their thing.
I mean, there's no rest when we're playing. You know, there ain't. I mean, we're on fucking balls the whole time. You know, and that adrenaline, that drive, that you know.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like, you know, these guys are either really crazy or really crazy.
Crazy.
The crazies.
Crazy over corn.
Well, I guess the one more thing I want to ask you guys that I've been wanting to ask you guys is that show at Lizard's Lounge that you guys did. What was that like, being up there? Hadn't played in Lizard's Lounge in a while.
We scared everybody away, and
All the cool ones.
the other two bands we played with was way off from what we do.
We
It
were
was
definitely the odd couple.
like, yeah,
We were the
black
we
sheep.
were the black sheep of the party.
the dude with the whips
The
on
guy
his hat.
He had stuff in his tongue or his lips he was pulling or something. I mean, it was cool.
Belly dancers.
I wanted to
The
hear some.
belly dance.
So I didn't like those other two bands that we played with.
I wanted to hear some.
We played, and
You know, and to be quite honest, that show, you know, even though we were totally not in our element, I mean, we were in our element, but it wasn't really a show to have us at.
Yeah.
You know, those other two bands, I mean, they did their thing and it was cool, but when we got up there, it was like, oh shit, what? You know, what we should have done was open the show.
Yeah. Follow that.
Let everybody have a freak out in the beginning of the show, and then stick around and get fucked up. But I mean,
What was cool about that is the ones that didn't stray away, the ones that stayed, they came up and talked to you after we played. They all came up and talked to all of us. It was like, man, that was kicking ass, you know. So thanks, dude.
yeah, the
They stick
musicians
around.
that were there, they were like, we're so glad we stuck around for this. This was insane, you know.
That felt good, man.
And, you know, when that happens, dude, you know, I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm glad, you know, I'm glad somebody could appreciate what we're doing, like, because they understand what we're going through up there, you know.
Yeah.
It ain't just strumming our strings and singing, you know. It's,
Wearing spandex.
yeah.
We are going to do that. Bring back the exploding cod pieces, Black Lawless, you know, 1986.
You're good.
Stripes.
Saw blade.
Stripes all down the side.
cod piece with the
Big
saw
old
blade.
fucking missile on the cob.
So pretty much the next thing is just
You need a hobby.
Recording.
God. You need something.
Recording
Make
and
model
writing.
planes or something.
Yeah.
Besides porn. It would make money. They'd watch it.
But, you know, that show was
You
cool,
ever
but
seen
it
Orgasm?
gave us this show. This show, I mean, that Kenny dude, that, you know, that runs that place, dude, he wants us to play at his birthday, and I think that's an honor. You know, for him to ask us to play and headline at his place, you know, that's cool. You know, I mean, I appreciate that. And when somebody wants that, man, I'm like, you know what, fuck yeah. You know, let's do this. Let's do the best we can.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited that show's going to be...
Go rip some faces off.
It's been a hard week, man. I'm ready to go off.
You better not go and stay
You know what I mean?
with our
Yeah.
guns.
If I don't have this shit, I get psychotic. It's better to, you know.
See, that's another reason why we play, man. We, you know, if we don't do this,
it's therapy.
it's postal,
It
dude.
is.
Yeah. For me, oh
I
man.
can be as violent and hateful as I want to be in a nice controlled environment. It's awesome. Fuck your Prozac. I got metal.
It's constructive and creative
Yeah.
and fun. Fun.
Exactly. You know.
It's a cool rush to do this and play on stage too, you know.
That's
but,
cool.
But you know, we're up there because we want, you know, we just want to be up there, you know, not because we're trying to become rock stars or any of this
That
stupid
too.
bullshit,
I do
you
want to
know.
Lamborghini though. Be awesome.
It's not gonna happen.
You're not ever gonna.
It's not gonna happen.
Stretch Lambo.
Man, you barely got a driver's
I'll
license.
crash it and kill another band member like Vince Neil did. Not
Kill a member of another band like Vince Neil.
Where the bone?
Kill a member of let's see, who could it be?
Striper.
No. From here, I mean.
Oh.
Who would you have with us?
Jesus, who's
Somebody
left?
from Bloodbone Drive.
He'd have to drive all the way to Lyons for that.
The wreck could be between here and Lyons.